Welcome to the Players Club, presented by Bluff City NIL and Coaching for Literacy. Join host Christian Fowler each week as he sits down with players from your hometown school. Now, let's hit the club and get this party started.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of the Players Club. We are here at Let It Fly in Germantown. You guys are free to come out every week and join us, hang out, get some great food. And this week with me, I got Terrance McClain, Koby Drake, and Darius Coffey, and William Whitlow. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
What's good? How you doing? What's up? Good. Yep. Yes, sir.
All right, we're 2 weeks in, 2-0. How's everybody feeling?
Yeah, pretty good.
Hey, man, we undefeated. Hey, a better feeling.
What can you ask for? Yeah, it's definitely a good feeling right now. Just a lot of buzz in the locker room. You know, we just feel good just to have 2 wins under our belt.
All right, so I'm going to talk to the offensive guys first. 94 points in the first 2 games. Offense has been clicking in the first 2. What have you guys seen? Positives, not necessarily negatives, but things that may need to be cleaned up and fixed up going into the Navy game?
Yeah, I think we've played well. I don't think we've put it together yet. I know that the best is yet to come. I think we can start faster. I think Arkansas State, we started pretty slow, had 2 3-and-outs, not getting the first down, and then you ended up kicking the field goal on the third possession. We just got to start faster, and we need to finish out games better against better teams. I know that we're going to have to be more consistent, especially when Mizzou comes back in a couple of weeks. We're going to play Mizzou. I know we're going to play the best that we can. So I think just consistency is the biggest thing right now. And, a lot of new guys coming together, and I know we'll start clicking soon. So just the best is yet to come.
Terrance, what you got?
Honestly, consistency, sustaining more drives. Every time we get in the red zone, we got to continue to convert things of that nature. Honestly. Keep putting the pieces together.
All right, defensive guys. This is probably the best Memphis defense, at least through the first 2 weeks, that we've seen in quite a while. What do you guys think? Have you thought about the performance so far?
I feel like we do feel good about our performance right now. I feel like as in the defense, we still kind of hungry for more. We're not complacent. We know that, even with a good game, we still seeing the faults and things that could have been better. So I feel like we're really on the grind right now on the defensive side of the ball. We want the best competition. We want to be tested. We want to be able to pass those tests. So we definitely feel good about how we play, but we know we can play even better than that. So,
facts. And I'm just piggyback off what Coffey just said. I feel like we still can get better because I feel like the best is yet to come. I mean, we're playing good, okay, but we still can go back, pick out all the flaws, pick out what we could have did better. And we just trying to capitalize on that on every week of practice leading up to the game.
What's been the key so far? Because we've seen, I think it's like 17, 18 tackles for loss in the first 2 games, 5 turnovers forced. What's been the key to making this defense click?
Shout out those guys, man. Shout out those guys, man.
I feel like really with the TFLs especially, it comes from the coaching, the coaches they instilling us that we got to get the negative plays earlier. So we try our best to get knocked back from the D line. As the linebacker, we try to shoot our gaps, and as DBs, we try our best to when it's time to run field, we come down run field hard, and we make efficient tackles. So,
yeah. So I piggyback off this said efficient tackling. We don't really have a lot of missed tackles as a defense right now. I feel like the best thing that we've been doing is it's just been preparation. And how we prepare for scrimmages, you see how we prepare for practice, and just seeing how we prepare for games. Everybody's on the same page that that it's a level of preparation needed, to be able to go and perform at a high level on defense. So,
yeah, Terrance, you and Koby both talked about consistency being key, and I think specifically in the run game, we saw it be very effective against Bethune-Cookman, and then this week, some okay runs, but just couldn't find the consistency there. I think Blake had 20 carries for 51 yards, so it's kind of hard to find some room. How does that grow? How do you get better in that area, and how does that succeed throughout the season?
Honestly, you see a lot of different fronts week in and week out. Honestly, we just got to play together, communicate, things of that nature, get a good push. We'll be good going forward.
And then, well, like, we know what Coach Silverfield wants to do. He wants to run the ball. He wants to run the ball to set up the pass. So, like, Koby, for you, the other receivers, and for Seth, and I know this is kind of an obvious question, but, like, how important is that run game to set you guys up for success?
I mean, it's everything. I think if you look in the past 2 years, I mean, we haven't had the best seasons. And when you look at the run game, and we weren't really good in the run the past 2 seasons, we had to rely on the pass. And I think in college football, it's hard to win. We have to rely on the pass. So thankfully this year we have some really, really good running backs.
Yeah.
Like, they can make people miss. They can carry it. And it's so much depth in there, too. It's not just one guy. And we have an O-line that's gotten much, much improved from last year. So I know. It's going to open up. It's going to open up the pass enormously.
You got to trust
run.
it. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Can't change up what we do. We got to stick with the game.
Yeah. So now we got a short week. You guys will be playing on Thursday against Navy. For all of you guys, what's the preparation like for a short week? How does it change from having a weekend between games to 4 days?
I feel like
You got it.
I feel like you can the preparation, you got to get a lot of mental reps because you're not going to get as many of the physical tackling days. So you have to get a lot of mental reps. You have to watch a lot of film. You have to do a lot of meetings with your coaches to where, like, if you can't get it on the field, you have to go upstairs and get it in with your coaches. So.
Yeah, and another thing is just like really just taking care of our bodies this week. Just being smart, making smart decisions. We know we're not at the facility, like you said, like watching film and stuff like that. We've been preparing for Navy since the beginning.
Yeah.
We've been preparing for this. So mentally, I feel like we know the expectations, but I feel like physically, we just trying to not tax the body. And just really just take care of our bodies and really lock in mentally, like he said.
Yeah. Well, stay in the training room too. You gotta make sure you feel good.
That's the truth. That's definitely the truth.
Yeah,
boy.
Bryce,
Bryce, man. He's the guy. He's definitely the guy.
They be on.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround. You gotta get your body right, especially me. Continue to stay healthy. Y'all know how I am. But I kind of like it. You get right back to business. To go out there. You get one true full practice a day. Stay locked into that. It's a lot of mental reps, and you get right back to business. So I like it. I'm ready to go.
I feel that.
And then on the flip side of that, so you get a short week this week, but then you get extra time to prepare going to St. Louis to take on Missouri. So I obviously don't want you guys looking too far ahead. I know Coach Silverfield and the staff don't either, but like, how much does that extra time off help you prepare for a difficult road game?
I think it's excellent in a way, because we all understand that, just the challenge that comes, with that game, what I'm saying, especially being a bigger school, that we all want that game as well.
Right.
So just being able to prepare, I feel like it brings a extra level of confidence in us, to be able just to sit down and watch extra film on them and be ready for that game.
Nobody got anything else on that?
Like I said, the Jets stay the same from week to week. We try to come take over every game.
Yeah.
That's really the expectations, honestly.
So getting back on Navy a little bit, you said y'all been preparing for Navy since the summer, and that's kind of that's the theme. When you play a team that runs a different offense, you have to begin getting ready for them way earlier. So what all goes into preparation for the triple option offense and for a team like Navy?
It's a lot, but I really feel like it's just really just eyes. You know what I'm saying? Just really training our eyes, to be locked on. On certain reads and certain plays to make sure, that we all on the same page. Because, you mess around, look at the wrong place in Navy, be the fastest touchdown you ever seen in your life. So we, it's really been just mentally taxing, as I would say. Like, we just really have to be locked in mentally, especially with our eyes. So.
Wait,
you got to get your knees ready for all them cut blocks.
All right, that's a big role. That's but really, I feel like the preparation as a D lineman, you just gotta really, you gotta be wherever you have to be immediately. Because if you lay on the ball, you cut.
Yeah.
So if you're too high, you cut. If you take the wrong step, you cut.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, you got to be real precise. But like, you have to outstep, you have to go down, you have to play a three, you have to whatever you got to do. You better do it to the best of your ability at all times because it will cost you.
Yeah. And we understand that we have to be like very physical for this game.
Right.
You know, just being able, because, you know, they run the ball a lot. So we know we're going to have to show up in the run field a lot. So just be ready to be physical when out one-on-one.
Yeah, you talked about eyes, which kind of plays into discipline, obviously, but just going at like a little more depth on that, defensive linemen, defensive backs, everybody has to be in tune with each other to stop that kind of offense. Yeah, to stop that kind of offense. So just discipline in general, how important is that in this game?
I think it's I feel like there's not a play that you can take off in this game, especially third downs. You know, we have to find a way to get off the field. So being disciplined is top tier for this game. Like I said, if we're not disciplined, it would be the fastest touchdown you ever seen. You know, you wouldn't even know who had the ball.
Yeah.
And they'll be running to the end zone. So eyes are very efficient and important for this game because, you know, you never know.
And specifically as a defensive back, because you never know when that fake is coming and the pass is coming over the top. They're not known to throw the ball, but they will every once in a while. So even more into the discipline, how much do you have to weigh, okay, this is a run, this is a pass. I got to know when to be in coverage. I got to know when to come up and run support. How does that dynamic work on the field?
I feel like that comes from watching film and just understand the demeanor. You know, you could tell if a guy's finna block or when a guy's finna run a route. It just looks different and it feels different. And just like the linebackers be lying, they'll be able to tell too, because, you know, when they finna run the ball, it's like they coming out the blocks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they finna run out the blocks. And, you know, it's a pass, you'll be able to tell as well. So I feel like with us that we really have to be very efficient with our eyes and just be ready to be physical. And, you know, really understand just demeanor and, you know, just really understand the offense. You know, we really have to dive into film a lot for this game.
Yeah, Whit, is it the same for you? Can you tell when those offensive linemen pass block and run block, and you feel a difference in it, or do they disguise everything pretty well?
I ain't gonna lie. For the pass block, you're not gonna get a true pass, and they're gonna come out on you quick.
Right.
And then you have to, he's passed. Now you gotta get your release. You gotta get back outside to the gap. But you kind of can tell when they're about to come off because they're gonna be heavy, like real heavy 4-point strings. So you're gonna see the forward lean. You can be like, all right, I got to go here now. You can tell by the splits where they're going. You really can tell everything by looking at the man's demeanor in front of you, just like you said. So.
And then on the offensive side, Terrance and Koby, we know like Navy's always going to be a disciplined football team. Like they just play sound football. They're well coached. So what are the keys for you guys offensively to have a successful game?
Number one, communication.
Yeah.
Knowing the front, knowing their tendencies, considering they move a lot. It's a lot of moving parts. So really, like eyes, hands, and feet. That's all really focusing on.
Yeah, and then what about limiting takeaways? I know that's got to be a big one against a team like this. You give them a short field, these guys probably aren't very happy. So how important is it to just take care of the ball and sustain drives against a team that you know is going to run the ball so much?
That's definitely the biggest key to victory. I mean, you got to take care of the ball, especially against Naval Academy. Other academies, they're gonna run the clock out, especially with the new rules too. You know, you're gonna have one or two possessions. In a regular game, you might get 11 possessions, 12 possessions. This game, you're going to sit 6, 7.
6, 7, yeah.
So you got to go score. You got to put points on the board for your defense, and you can't turn over the ball. You cannot turn over the ball. Got to sustain drives. Got to score. That's definitely the most important thing. Playing this team and hopefully score quick and fast at the beginning of the game. Get them behind, so they chew clock, but they're still behind 2-3 scores. That's definitely would be best case scenario.
Send it to break when you're ready.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. You'll be able to see some of our other shows, see what we got going on over at Bluff City Media, and we will be back on the other side to wrap this conversation up.
All right, 3,
Bluff
2,
City Media
1.
and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city. Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Coach Prime had smoke for any and everyone that wanted some of it after the game, too. Do you believe? Do you believe that? Do you believe?
Hey, I love it.
Oh,
and
love it.
And that's him. Like, he's acting like himself. That's how he's always been.
Man, it's incredible, man. It's incredible. I'm loving every moment of it, man. Coach Prime kept receipts. I don't know who that poor lady was. I'm really surprised he didn't get it this morning, too, man, because, you know, whenever guys are kind of mean to a lady reporter, it hits a little different. He was being a little mean to that lady, for sure, man. He was getting her ass for sure. So I'm surprised nobody really got him after his rant. He was going off for sure, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's so fun. It's so awesome to see him do what he's doing, man, for sure. He's the type of guy that can come in and uproot a lot of shit that's been going on in college football. He's the kind of guy that can make the Nick Sabans be like, all right, you know what I mean, for real.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Has FAU somersaulted over a lot of other teams as like your most aggravating fan base?
Oh, easily. They just think they are so elite because they made this one run. You won this one fluky ass game where there were 6 or 7 different calls. Everyone were up in arms about, like, what are we talking about? And it's not like a thing where they're like, hey, Memphis, great game. You guys are great competitors. I can't wait to see what the future holds between us. Because if they said that, I would respect them. I don't respect FAU fans. I don't.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back, everybody. Glad to be back. Now we're gonna get to know everybody a little bit better. So hope y'all are ready to talk. I'm gonna start with Terrance. We're gonna start with you. How did you get here? Tell us about your journey to Memphis and how you're sitting here, why you're sitting here today.
Honestly, well, first of all, my name is Terrance McClain. I'm from South Carolina. Out of high school, I went to junior college. But I didn't qualify to go like D1. So I went there. I played 2 seasons and became like the number 1 tackle ever. And I had a couple offers with Memphis.
Little flex. That was a little flex, I think.
Nah, I'm chilling.
Are you gonna throw it in that study? Okay, cool. Okay.
In terms of offers, I had a couple offers, but I kind of connected with Memphis coaches pretty good, and I got some natives in Memphis, so I just kind of came home right now, honestly.
Gotcha.
Koby.
Oh gosh, I feel like I could talk for a while on this.
Go for it. We got as long as you want.
I don't know about that.
Let it roll. Let it ride, man.
Man, I was a walk-on here. I'm from Arkansas. I didn't have a lot of offers. A couple of FCS, nothing crazy. I was really late bloom. I didn't play receiver till my senior year, but luckily I got a PWO here. Kind of showed a lot of interest, but they weren't going to offer me. So I decided to take it. Walked on in 2019 when Norvell was here, and that was rough. I'm not gonna lie. That was a rough time. It was 2.5 years, especially that first year. Just paying your own way and doing all these things to working at the same time while you're trying to play football. Just doing all this just to accomplish a dream that you think you can obtain. And now looking back on it, I'm so thankful for seeing it through and coming here to Memphis, but just a little snippet.
You can give all you want. If you got more, let it ride. We got time to fill.
I'll talk a little. So my freshman year and kind of sophomore year, I was like, it was rough, man. I'm from I don't have a lot of money in my family, so I kind of had to pay my way all the way through. And during the season and all that, I was working at FedEx night shift. So I was working from 9 to 3, and then I would get home around 3:30, fall asleep for 2 hours, and then go to practice every day. So it was just a lot, to go through. But like I said, it made me a better man and makes you extremely thankful to be in this position. And I'm just hungrier than anybody else. That's how I feel like I've just done more. I've already seen it. I've already done everything so hard. Like, you just got to see it through and keep going. I feel like so. That's it.
How much more rewarding does that make it? Like going the hardest way possible. Like how much rewarding is that?
Man, it's everything, man. And to finally hear the words, like, it's stuff you dream about. Just like some of these guys come and they get on scholarship first year, and it's like, man, I was dreaming about just Coach Silverfield calling me in the office, be like, we're gonna put you on scholarship. When you're doing all that, it's like, man, it's like, I can't even explain it. You go from the bottom of the totem pole, and now it's like your whole family like looking up to you. And I'm the breadwinner of my family right now. And I don't even make that much money, but that's really how it is. And your whole family looks up to you, and just like a lot of these guys sitting next to you too. Yeah. But it really means so much knowing to come from some low and seeing it through and just having God guide me through it. So
yeah, and Darius, I know you've had an interesting story, so let's hear it.
I'm in Darius Coffey. I'm from Winona, Mississippi. Initially, I was committed to Ole Miss out of high school. Coaches got fired. Coach Clark comes here, offers me. I take it. I commit. Felt like it was just more home, with Coach Clark and Coach Mack when Coach Mack was here. So and Silverfield. So committed here, came here as a DB. Played a little bit of special teams. Played a game at DB, I believe. And I knew I was going into surgery that year, so I decided to talk to Coach Silverfield about switching positions. And he was like, okay, we could probably use you on this side of the ball. So I made the switch. Everything was going well, and then that year comes fall camp. I get hurt my knee, so I missed my whole sophomore year. Took my medical, and then next year comes. I tried running back again, and I feel like with the running back decision, just playing offense, it was more of a thing, just me, just being able to play offense again. I played offense all through high school, so I feel like the hardest thing for me was just to be able to just let it go, finally. And by the end of the season, I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? this ain't gonna put meals on the table. So we had another discussion about switching my position. He was like, I'll let you know. And by the end of December, he let me know, like, okay, we're going to try you out at defensive back. And, and it's been good to me so far, especially just to see where I'm at. I didn't expect to play this year, honestly, I'm being 100% with you. But, it's been pretty good for me so far. So it's been a blessing.
Yeah, how gratifying is it? Because, like, as Memphis fans in general have followed your journey through this. Like, you came in, I know there was is it Memphis, is it Duke situation at the beginning. And then, like you said, came in as a DB, moved to running back, had the injuries, now back at DB, but now you're playing a full-time role. Like, how gratifying is it, the journey you've been through?
Man, it's been a blessing, man. And, I can't do nothing but just thank God all the time because, it was a moment where I feel like, man, maybe I should just get a 9-to-5, go back home, or something, just get a job, because I have a daughter myself, so the thing that I want to do is be able to provide for her. And so, like, all those thoughts going in your head, you just looking at her, I don't want her to be without. So that was just the most thing. And I feel like that had a lot to do with me going up to have that discussion with Coach Silverfield as well. So I've been grateful for what's been going on. I truly feel blessed.
When'd you have your daughter?
Last year.
Yeah. So how did that change mentality? I'm sure that's got to change everything, obviously, and you can talk about off the field as well too, but just on the field, practicing in the film room, like, how does that change the mentality of, like, I gotta go play now?
Everything. For one, I do I gotta grow up. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this responsibility now, it's like, it ain't a moment where I can't be on, you know what I'm saying? It ain't days where I could be like, I don't feel like doing this because, the day I do that, it's the day I'm giving up on her. So it definitely changed my mindset with a lot of things. Not saying my mindset was terrible, but, that season I didn't really get a lot of playing time. I was playing special teams and I could have easily just, walked out, but I'm trying to set an example. Plus, I'm a big brother, 4 sisters and a little brother, so just being an example to them is, major to me. So I feel like that changed my mindset as well, and it grew me as a man in a lot of ways.
What you got?
Big win.
Okay, so my name is William Whitlow Jr. I'm born and raised in Montgomery, Alabama. Coming out of high school, it was a big question on if I was if I was qualified or not. So around May, before it's time to come here, my D-line coach, Coach Pope, shout out Coach Pope. He called me and was like, "Hey, don't panic. We got everything controlled, but you're not gonna move in May. You're gonna move in July. So you need to take this course to do whatever it is for you to do, so you can get here. You can be with the team." I'm like, "All right, bet, cool." So I move in July 5th. Everything is going smooth until about, I'd say, the midway point through fall camp. They hit me with that. So the class you took, it was to get you here, but you're not going to be able to play this year. So you're still going to be on team, you're still going to be on scholarship, but you're just not going to be able to play. So, I took it pretty hard. It was a lot of nights where I had to just call my dad, call my mom, and just really get them to calm me down, get me back on the track. So after that season, Coach Poe, he sat me down. He was like, "All right, so now you've already had a year under your belt. We expected a lot of stuff out you this year. So going into spring, I had a pretty good spring. That's when Terrance came. We got some good work in with each other.
For sure.
Yeah, so that spring, he set me up to have a pretty good freshman year on the field, sophomore year in the classroom. And after that year, we went into another spring to where me and Kamante are in a good position to where, okay, we're going to be able to bounce off each other, do this, do that. So really now we're trying to really just get a feel for everything, to where he picked me up when I'm down, I pick him up when he down. Then Jalen Jordan came into the equation, to where all of us really we bounce off each other, to where really we are just one big unit of DNs that can go out there and just do whatever needs to be done. So that's really kind of my story, how I got it.
Gotcha. You kind of led me right into it. Want to talk about position groups as a whole, not just the DNs. Let's talk about the whole defensive line. What did you see, in fall camp, throughout the summer, and now into the season? Just give me kind of the overall view of the position group.
Fall camp, it showed me how dominant we really can be across the board, from end to 3-tech to nose to buck. So where I feel like when we're on, it's gonna be pretty hard to stop us, because you can't pick and choose who you want to single out. Because at end, you got me, Kamante, and Jalen Jordan. At nose, you got Josh White, you got Shaq, you got Zach Brockington, you got little freshman Jar, who's gonna be really good.
Yeah, he's gonna be that guy.
Y'all gonna see it real soon.
Yeah.
And then on the 3-tech, you got Rambo, you got Josh Ellison, who went crazy in the spring. All right, man.
Shout out Speedo, man.
Shout out Walt, man.
That
Shout
boy
out
is
Walt.
nice. That boy tough, man.
Then at Buck, you got the household name Jalen Allen. You got Fox. Fox, who came in, hit the ground running. So I feel like we're gonna be pretty good, man. We're only gonna go as a defense as far as we want to go as a D-line. So, but that's really what we're at with it, though.
Yeah. And Darius, DBs, what you got?
I feel like we just got so many good players at DB. It don't matter who start. I feel like you get the same result. We just so deep in depth, and prayers up to my boy DK. He just went down. So, but man, we're deep in the D line, and we also, we tight. We say Palm Angels. You know what I'm saying? So it's a Palm Angel season. We got everybody doing it. But we definitely are deep in depth, and it's just a family atmosphere in that room. We know if one guy isn't on, but it's like if the back end ain't right, everybody knows. So we know our responsibility. We know how disciplined we have to be as a unit. But I feel pretty good about it.
Koby, a lot of new faces, multiple new faces in the receiver room. What have you thought so far?
Oh yeah. I think it's a lot different from last year. I think it's much improved from last year. I'm gonna be honest. I think we had a lot of guys, and you had a lot of guys that played a lot of football last year, and I think from the outside eye, you'd be like, dang, a lot of people are gone. You lost 3 starters, transfer portal, one graduate. It's like, what are they going to do? Like, DB's probably going to come down and press, want to play man on us. And I think we've shown even already that that's not what y'all should do. We have a lot of depth. We have probably 8 guys. For sure, 5 or 6, any of us could start. I mean, when you look across the board of the entire offense, there's just depth everywhere. Yeah. I mean, DB, D-line, wide receivers, running backs. I mean, you're talking so much depth. But I think the mentality of the receiving room with a new coach, you got Coach Hunter as one of our GAs, and you got Coach Smith has just done a great job with us, getting us ready and prepared, and just really picking out details for us. I think we're just got a lot of playmakers. You got Demir Blankenship at the A in the slot who can change the game for us. You got Rock Taylor, who's much improved. And then you got Joe Skates, who can just take the top off, do whatever he needs to do, just a freak of an athlete. Then you got me, who's just Mr. Consistent, as everybody says. Throw it to me on 3rd down, whatever you want to do, hit me in the screen game, whatever. And then you obviously got the backups too. I just think you can put anybody in there. You can put those 3 in there, and then take them out when they get tired. You got 3 more that can start. And DBs want to man us up, whatever they want to do. I don't think you can do that to us.
Yeah.
You got to pick and choose. So I think we've gotten so much better. I'm really excited to see us through the season.
Yeah, Terrance on the offensive line, good mix of guys coming back, some new faces. What have you thought so far on the O-line?
Man, we brought in some guys that's going to play together. We got a lot of different personalities, so it's kind of like a family. Everybody bond and get along together. But in all honesty, shout out Coach Myers, our new coach. Mm-hmm. He kind of brought like a different personality and humor into the room. So it's like we handle business, but we also have fun at the same time. So we just really like creating a bond.
Yeah, we talked to Jonah last week just about the competition that you guys had throughout the offseason. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty stacked. We got a lot of versatile guys, really, best man gonna play, do what you got to do to get on the field. And honestly, that's just how that goes.
Awesome. Well, we are going to take another quick break, and we'll be back on the other side, to wrap it up and get out of here.
Yeah, Chris Harrington, North Memphis resident too.
All right, you're good.
Chris Harrington, North Memphis resident too.
Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city. Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Coach Prime had smoke for any and everyone that wanted some of it after the game, too. Do you believe? Do you believe that? Do you believe?
Hey, I love it.
Oh, love it.
And that's him. Like, he's acting like himself. That's how he's always been.
Man, it's incredible, man. It's incredible. I'm loving every moment of it, man. Coach Prime kept receipts. I don't know who that poor lady was. I'm really surprised he didn't get it this morning, too, man, because, you know, whenever guys are kind of mean to a lady reporter, it hits a little different. He was being a little mean to that lady, for sure, man. he was getting our ass for sure. So I'm surprised nobody really got him after his rant. He was going off for sure, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's so fun. It's so awesome to see him do what he's doing, man, for sure. He's the type of guy that can come in and uproot a lot of shit that's been going on in college football. He's the kind of guy that can make the Nick Sabans be like, all right, you know what I mean, for real.
Tune in to the Anthony Sain Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Has FAU somersaulted over a lot of other teams as like your most aggravating fan base?
Oh, easily. They just think they are so elite because they made this one run. You won this one fluky ass game where there were 6 or 7 different calls. Everyone were up in arms about, like, what are we talking about? And it's not like a thing where they're like, hey, Memphis, great game. You guys are great competitors. I can't wait to see what the future holds between us. Because if they said that, I would respect them. I don't respect FAU fans. I don't.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.